We left off over here in Testament Base. The Gemara said, our Mishnah is not going like the time of this Brisa. Just go quickly. The Tanya, Omer of Shimon ben Elazar. Both Beisham Yisil Shomlichim is Asul Mishovach L'Shovach. Both Beisham Yisil agree that you can take the Sulam from one coop to another, and we're not concerned about what people are going to say. Lo Nechu Elo Laharzir. The question is, do you bring it back? Should Beisham Omrim Emarzir. Beisham says you're not permitted to bring the ladder back. Beisil Omrim Afarzir. You could even bring it back. So Rashi explains why. What's the machlokes? Taking it, that's tzorech yom tov. Rashi says, "Diktonim holoch sulam pligi lav ki aitano diktonim holoch modim nish tzorech yom tov." Right? So it seems to be we're not concerned about what they're going to say. Tzorech yom tov becomes an overriding factor. It's only bring it back. Amar Rav Yehuda b'medvar memurim b'sulam shel shovach. When do we allow you to take the shovach, the ladder? It's only if it's clear it's a sulam that's primarily used only for a coop. It's a coop ladder. Right. So people immediately will associate it's for simchas yom tov. Al b'sulam shel aliyah divrei kol oser. Everybody holds it's oser. Why? Because people say that's the type of ladder. You go and you pitch a roof. Now the question is, Dahu vade amri latir gagutzor. So it seems to be that's even on the way going. That's even the way going. Right? He says everybody agrees it's also it's marasayim. So even they still would agree you can't take that kind of ladder.
The regular ladder.
Regular ladder you can't take. If it's sumash shovach, they're arguing on the way back. Right? And marasayim, even though there may be a slight, it's not such an issue. Because tzorech yom tiv. But on the way back, it's not tzorech yom tiv, not. But a sum shel aliyah, a ladder that you usually go from the first story to a second one, which is a versatile type ladder, there's a gzeira, they're going to say he's going to pitch his roof. Reb Dosa Omer, Matei Michalon L'Chalon. That kind of ladder, you could actually tip it from once, it's clear. What are you using it for? To take the chicks. Like what Beishami says now, Mishnah. Acher Omrim, Mishum Reb Dosa. Others say, the name of Reb Dosa, Af Medadin. Mateo means you keep it at its base and you just tip it, and then after you get to that, then you move it. But medadin means you walk the ladder. So the ladder factually is detached from the coop. It is detached. But medadin, let's see Rashi. Medadin im achlon rochok vein rosh asul magia b'shom. Right. Sometimes you can tip it. If the coop you want to go to, so it's still at its base, and you tip the top of the ladder to the other coop. What about it's too far away? So then you walk the ladder in front of the coop. Ein rosh asul magia shom aleph takes a bow. Ba'atoy medan raglav shel sulam mat. Because normally you don't carry a ladder that way. So therefore it's clear he's not going to pitch his roof. L'chatchila it's mateu. If you can't be mateu, it's medadim. B'nei Reb Chia Novk Kiryosa, the sons of Reb Chia went out to the country. Usually they go out to look at their properties. Rashi, liroso the sand, l'kiryoso, l'kform. They go out to the villages to see the fields out there. He also, when they came back, amalu abu and klum masabol yedchem. Did you come upon some incident? Minish. Amalu sulam boli yadenu. There was a story with a ladder, and vitarnu. We said it's permitted. Amalu tzu v'ei asru. He says you go out and you have to announce that what you said was permitted. It's also you're not permitted. The Isru Mashis Ta'itartem. Right? And you have to prohibit what originally said is permitted. Inusavid become a Reb Yehuda, Sulam Shalaliyah Lo Pligi, Mechal Tanakama Sovar. So what? Reb Yehuda says, Sulam, the Tanakama says, Molichin. So it seems to be what? Even an ordinary ladder. Reb Yehuda says, no, that's only Sulam Shal Shovach. So they had thought, Inusavid become Omar Rabbi Yehuda B'Sul Shaldiya Lo Pligi Mechal Tanakama Sova Pligi. Right? The Tanakama holds they do. So what does Beisil say? That even Sulam Shalali is permitted. You don't need a Sulam Shal Shovach. Lowi Rabbi Yehuda Tami Tanakama B'Farish. He's coming to elucidate the Tanakama that, as he says, there is no Machlos B'Shem Beisil B'Sulam Shalaliyah. If it's a versatile ladder, even Beisil agrees it's Marasayim. They're arguing The Sulam Shel Shovach, the coop ladder, on what? Not on the way going, but on the way returning. Mimai. How do we know that reviewed the Mimai Meditarim Molichin Sulam Shovach L'Shovach? It says you could take the Sulam and take it Mishovach L'Shovach. Right? That means you're detaching it, going from one coop to another. Here, if it's a coop ladder, so you take it mishovach, because it's associated with the coop, to another coop. But if it's a ladder which is no relevance to the coop, say, you're permitted to take the ladder that you use for other things to the coop. What does it say? You take it mishovach l'shovach, from one coop to another. So what kind of ladder are we talking about? A ladder that's miyuchad, that's specifically used for the coop. So what does that indicate? But if an ordinary ladder, you can't even take it to the coop. Because otherwise you say, molichin sulam lishovach. So evidently there's no such thing as molichin sulam lishovach. Why? Because yomer later gagutzar, they can say he's going to pitch his roof. It's marasayim. El lapochi komer. Shel shovach ein shel aliyah lo. That's what it's saying. If you want to take obi shovach l'shovach, so what ladder you define associated with the shovach? A coop ladder. You want to take that, take it from one coop to another, it's not a problem. Right? But a sulam l'shovach, under no circumstances is permitted. Not from two. Two.
So the regular ladder, 2 is no good.
Even 2, it's not.
Even 2.
Okay? V'idoch. So what did the Bnei Reb Chia hold? What did they hold? Migtoni sulam shel shovach. Doesn't say the ladder of a shovach. If in fact we're speaking specifically a coop ladder, it should say sulam shel shovach. Mishovach l'shovach tar. It says you can take it from shovach. What are you taking from shovach l'shovach? It seems to be any ladder, even a versatile ladder you could take. V'afilu kama shovchim, meaning an ordinary ladder. Afilu kama shovchim. That was the basis for the sons of Reb Chia to rule that even an ordinary ladder is permitted. I mean, it's not clear.
Could you designate a regular ladder? What happens if you
It has nothing to do with it. If it's marasayim, it's marasayim. Designation is not going to help you.
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah. So Tosas asks, it's really more in Sanhedrin. Reb Chia says when it says Bameh, he's coming to elucidate the Tanakama. He's not coming to argue. So Tosas asks, "Halkomoku the Tony Bameh Lachlok." The verse is a cloud. When it says Bameh, it's always to argue. Yishlom Tani be Mishnah. In the Mishnah, it's to argue. Avalo be Braisa. The Braisa, and that's Reb Chia. I mean, the Gemara could have said, evidently that's not Reb Chia's son's mistake. Could have said Reb Chia's children held that Bameh not only does it come to Lachlok in the Mishnah, it even comes to argue in the Braisa. And that he said no. In the Mishnah, yes, but not in the Braisa. Right, but it doesn't say that. He said because they had a diuk. He said it says Mishovach L'Shovach, it doesn't say Molich and Sulam, and they said, but it should say Sulam Shel Shovach. It doesn't say Sulam Shel Shovach. So evidently you have to say because the klal of the Mev, Mishnah, that was known. That wasn't even a Shiloh. That's only in the Mishnah, not in the Braisa. Iga de Amri. Another version, they came back, their father says,
So as of now, is it clear what the din is? In other words, he told him you made a mistake.
no, we follow Reb Chia.
So you
Father
know
Reb Chia.
that their reasoning, but we disregarded entirely.
He told them, Isur Mashitartem, go out and you have to prohibit what you said is mutter. Ika de Amri. Another version. Amr lo, Hitu Sulam Shal Aliyah Boli Adenu. Hitu. Not holocha. Hitu means you're just tipping it. Are you permitted to tip a regular ladder from one window to another? Right, before we talk about molichin, you're actually transporting the ladder. What about molichin? Right? Molichin not. The question was, Hitu Sulam Shal Aliyah Boli Adenu. Vitarnua. And we said it's permitted. Because over there, what's possible marasayin, right? The ladder is associated with the coop, and you're taking it from one window to another. What do people say? You want to pitch your roof? It's clear what you're doing. Oma lebtzu v'yishu mashitatim. Inu savar My de ko'osa Tanakama koshari Ribdosa. They held what the Tanakama prohibited, Ribdosa permitted. Second. Right? Rabbi Yehuda says, "B'medvar memurin b'sulam shel shovach, avol sulam shel aliyah divrei hakolosa." Right? That's Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Dosa says, "Mateu mechalon lechalon." So what's Rabbi Dosa coming to say? That you're saying, "Sulam shel aliyah divrei hakolosa," that's always osir. On that, Rabbi Dosa is saying, "No, it's Mateu." That since it's associated with the coop, there's no marasayim. Okay? Inu sova ma'id ko'osa Tanakama koshori Ribdosa. V'loi ma'id koshori Tanakama ko'osa Ribdosa. That even what? Ma'id ko'osa Tanakama koshori Ribdosa. That's what they held. V'loi ma'id koshori Tanakama ko'osa Ribdosa. Tanakama allowed even to transport it. He says, no, only hatoya, matin.
Only from window to window.
From window to, matin means from window to window. Let's see Rashi. Hitu shlom shalaliya, v'olichel l'shevich m'bod yom, ba'achshe bola hatosa michalon l'chalon. The regular ladder was brought from Yom Tiv, the verse, and was put against the coop. Now on Yom Tiv, you want to tip it from window to window. Ma'id ko'os Tanakama, Ribdosa, duhu rebu, da'masum shalaliya osur. Laholich koshori Ribdosa, mi'lahatos. Loi ma'id koshori Tanakama d'hainu shel shovach laholich. That the Tanakama says that you're permitted to transport the shovach with shovach because the ladder, the nature, ko'oser Ribdosa v'osel meima halocha osur hatoy shoroi, which is like our Mishnah, like Bishamai, right? Like Bishamai. Bishamai says even a sulm shel shovach, you can only be mate, you cannot be molech. That's what he's coming to say. Meima osur hatoy shori b'shel aliyah lo'ay. He's not even talking about sulm shel aliyah. Not talking about a versatile ladder.
But they said the case of that they encounter is envelope hitui sulam shalaliyah probably.
Yes, so what the hitui? What's the
But
hitui?
I think the shalaliyah. But so how can we say that Radosa came to prohibit that?
No. They said no. They said we said it's permitted. We said it's permitted because that's what Radosa says. Hitu is permitted.
Right, so how did they interpret Radosa?
We're talking about sulam shel aliyah,
Right.
and hitu is permitted,
And what they thought the Tanakh. So what was the understanding?
which means sulam shel shovach, that you could take me shovach l'shovach, right? You said over here. All right, ikad the amri. Omer lo hitu sulam lidenu. V'itaru omer lo tzu v'yishulem. Shitar inu magsovar ma'id ko'osa Tanakama koshor Ribdosa. The Tanakama said the only thing you're permitted to do is what? Is sulam shel shovach.
Right.
Sulam shel aliyah under no circumstances permitted. Even hitui. On that Ribdosa is saying no. Sulam shel aliyah, hitui is permitted.
Right.
Because Marasai is not shaykh.
Right.
On that the father says no, that's not what he said.
How do you read it?
He's not. The Tanakama does not allow what's it called? Yeah. The hainu shel shovach laholich. That he says you're permitted to be molech l'shovach. Reb Dosa says you're not, which is like Beishamai. Is Beishamai, but hatoya is mutter.
No, what I'm confused about is
They're not talking about sum shel aliyah.
who's that?
The Rabbi Yehuda, the whole Bryce is not talking sum shel aliyah.
But their case was Sum Shalaliyah, so I'm trying to...
No. Let's read the words. Bryce. That's it. Under no circumstances permitted.
So meaning
Right.
Tanakh
Reb Dosa Mateu. Now, when Reb Dosa says Mateu Mechalon Mechalon, is he going on Sulam Shel Aliyah?
Right, so that was
Or
their-
no? He's
Right.
no. Reb Yehuda says Sulam Shel Aliyah under no circumstances permitted. Even hatoya.
Right, and he's explaining Tanakh.
No, wait. Yeah. But now Reb Dosa comes to say Mateu Mechalon Mechalon. What's the Mateu going at Sulam Shel Shovach, or is it Sulam Shel Aliyah?
They thought it was going to Sum Shalaliyah.
They thought Sulam Shel Aliyah. And the father said no. It's going Sulam Shel Shovach.
So meaning,
Meaning Sulum Shaliyah is also even Batoya. Mateu. Michalon Lechalon. You're not allowed.
Right. So
And that the Tanna Kama says you give me Molech Sulum Shel Shovah because the Sulam is a coup ladder. He says no, it's not permitted. Only Atoya where you see it's clearly associated with the coup. So that's like Beishamai now Mishnah. Reb Dosa is holding like Beishamai now Mishnah. But there's no basis even to consider that Sulum Shel Aliyah would be permitted. You know, factually, it's a chiddush. It's a chiddush because it seems to be according to the Reb Yehuda, Sulum Shel Aliyah is Divrei Koloser. The chiddush in Batoya. I mean, what shayach? He's going to pitch his roof. I mean, he's matei michalon lachalon. Right? It's clear what he's doing with it.
Right.
So what's the problem? What's the muktzah? No, it's not klishon, but it's not marasayin.
no, but I'm saying if anytime you use this ladder, people will think that you're doing something.
It's no worse than klishon lach the yisur.
It-
Here it's not marasayin. There it is marasayin.
Right. He's going to get the chickens to eat, so what's the issue?
He's mateo, and he's not never detaching it.
Right.
Maybe you'll say like this. Even though he's matei michalon lechalon, in this context there's no marasayin. There is no marasayin. But the fact is, this ladder, if a person does that, see, a slum shel shovach, he's not going to take that ladder anywhere else.
Right.
So okay, it's no problem. So you have a shayla. Could you be molech or only mateu?
Good.
According to Beishamai, according to our Mishnah, right? Beishamai says the sulam is not mochiach olav. Beishamai says it is mochiach olav. It's clear. It's a coup ladder. He's not going to pitch a zoo. Beishamai says even though it's a coup ladder, yes.
You could.
No. Therefore you can't.
Yeah.
So therefore it's only mateu, right? What about a sulam shel aliyah? When people see a person use that, what is the person because he's engaged in that? Now it's clear he's going to take the chickens.
Right.
But that he's engaging with that kind of ladder, they'll say, you know something, when you use that kind of ladder, you don't know the uses for that. He has multiple uses. And he'll actually end up pitching his roof with it. So therefore it's like an extension of Marasayim.
So, but according to this Lashon, it comes out of Dosa is like Beishamai.
It's Vishami and Mishnah. According to Reb Chia.
My sister wrote Haitana, Titania. In other words, it's a
That-
little bit inaccurate.
That's the
to say that.
Tanakama.
But they-
The Tanakama, that's Reb Yehuda. The Reb Yehuda with the Tanakama.
I feel like it's a little bit inaccurate because one of the opinions is not right.
Okay,
that's-
so it doesn't make a difference. No. Kaitana, the Tana, we're talking about Tanakama. There's anonymous Tana, our Mishnah Tanakama, and here the Tanakama. And especially Reb Yehuda is going to be Mavayir, is going to elucidate Reb Yehuda. Okay, further. Aval Mateo Michalon Michalon. Beishami holds you're not allowed to be Molech, Sum Shel Shovach, but you could tip it from window to window. Alma Gabi Simchas Yomtiv, Beishami Duchum Beisil Lukula. Right, yes, we're talking about Simchas Yomtiv. To carry the ladder from let's say this coop doesn't have it, you want to carry it to another coop, we don't allow according to Beishamai. But if you go, you're not going to have chickens for Simchas Yomtiv, doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
Marasayin is the issue. Beisil says no, you can. So we find Beishamai is L'chumra, and Beisilel is L'kula. You know, you see something interesting here. I mean, maybe the machlokes is it Marasayin, not Marasayin? Right? It's not a machlokes, it's Simchas Yomtiv. Right? We see from here, Beishamai is Machmer when it comes to Simchas Yomtiv, and Beisilel is Mekel, is L'kula. Because he says you could even transport the I said, maybe not. The whole shaila is, people will say, Latir Gagu Olech. He's going to pitch his roof. Beisilel disagrees, since it's a Sulam Shel Shovach, Sulam Mochich Olav, that he's not going to pitch his roof.
Yeah.
So they're not arguing Simchas Yom Tov. They're arguing, is there a basis for a Marasai? There's not a basis for Marasai. Right? So you see from the Gemara not that way. Because the Gemara is deducing from here, it's seemingly, Beishamai is L'chumra when it comes to Simchas Yom Tov, Beisil is L'kula. Otherwise there is no relevance to this.
It's like we explained over here in Rashi that they both agree to a weak level of Marasayan, just that some of the Shabbat right, the way we explained it right.
It's clear from the Gemara. Right? Because otherwise, then there's no basis to say that consideration that they're arguing Simchas Yom Tov. They're arguing in reality is there a basis Marasayim, not a basis Marasayim. Urimini, Ashochit Chayvov B'Yom Tov. Good. Beishamel Miyach B'Dek V'Yachase. How do we explain before? You even permitted to slaughter the chicken and use the decker notes. Right?
So,
I mean, we're not talking about post facto. This pre.
right.
Simchas Yom, does it allow you to use the decker notes? Beishamel says yes. Beishlom lo yishchot elmkin hoyelo of muchim bojom. So you see, so Beishamai is kula, and Beisil is l'chumra.
We asked that question.
Rabbi Yochanan chlef sashita. You invert the opinions.
Where?
Well, you could do the first one or all of them. The first Mishnah is.
One second. Mimai Dilma Adkan lo kommer Beishamai hosem el lehechadika decker notes. Aval lehechad leka decker notes lo. Right? There's no decker notes. So then you deal with what? With muktzah?
Moksa.
Right? Not. That's the other thing he said. It has nothing to do with Simchas Yom Tov.
Right.
Aval hosem lo. Beisil would agree there. They had not. Therefore, Hillel is l'chumra when it comes to Simchas Yom Tov. Here the question, the argument is there's no Marasayan. That's what Beisil holds. That's nothing to do with Simchas Yom Tov. But they're not. Why? Because Simchas Yom Tov is not an overriding factor. Right? So you don't see Beisil is l'kula when it comes to Simchas Yom Tov. Eli kashu akash. This is the difficulty. Shami omrim lo yitol elam kain nanea. Meaning, Bibo Joan, let's say you have chicks in a coop. I mean, how many chickens are you going to use? As many you're going to use. Whichever ones you use, you have to pick it up before Yom Tov, and you have to shake it
See,
to indicate that this is Omed Lachila.
Okay.
But how do you make sure that those are the ones?
He'll identify where they are, put a tag on them. El Kain Nanea Bibo Joan. You don't have to do any physical action. Just by identifying which one, the 6 coops, the nest to the right, those are the ones enough. You don't have to do a physical act.
You still have to tag them?
As long as you recognize them. For Rush said before, the stalls, the walls separating one nest from another. Second. One second. Yeah. El kashu al kashu. V'shami omer liyito lem kein nena mebojom. Silo omer moment vom is v'zani notel. Alma gabi simchus yom tiv v'shamai l'chumra. You see, you have to do a more overt action. V'silu kulo. Just one second. This next mission here. See, the Gemara over there speaks, what do you have to eat in action? I mean, what are chickens for? The chickens are for eating? No. There's Berecha Rishon, there's Berecha Shniya. The first litter, or whatever you want to call, those chicks, the person doesn't want to kill, because they're going to produce more chicks.
Right.
Right? So
Okay.
but what about if you do an overt action to indicate, even though they're Berecha Rishona, that you want it, this should be, that undoes the original designation. What do you need to undo the original designation? Do you have to do an action?
Right.
That's it. Basil says, no, become ani notel. That's what he says, Basil. From here I'm going to take tomorrow. No, he says, Zeb zanidu. He identified. He doesn't have to touch the chicken to undo the original designation. So he says, this one I will take, that one I will take.
So words can undo, but it be.
You don't need an action.
But it be.
Beis Shammai says you need an action. If you didn't do the action, it's muktzah. You're not permitted. He's not going to have what to eat. Simchas Yom Tov. So he says, although it's Simchas Yom Tov, you need more of an action.
What happens if you do an action first and then you say dibur after? Does that undo it?
What did he say in the dibur? The action itself is what?
I'm asking. So if you done an action, you picked up the chickens.
Yeah, and what did you pick it up? What did you pick it up for?
I want to eat them.
Okay, so that's
All
the
right.
action.
and now I say, I don't want to eat it, I don't want them, I want something else.
That's something to see. What are you complicating? We're talking about what's the machlokes b'shem b'silu. Not what he's going somewhere else. For the chickens that he's going to eat, does he have to physically touch each one
Well, it would sound
and
like-
say, "For these I'm going to eat"?
It would sound like yes.
He says it. What do it sound? Beishamai says you have to shake it,
Right.
and Beisil says you don't have to shake it. Just identifying by words, it's enough. You don't have to engage with the chicken.
Okay, action. Okay, good.
So Beishamai needs more than Beisil.
Right,
So according to Beishamai, if you don't do the physical action, you're not going to have food for Yom Tov.
right.
Simchas Yom Tov is not as important. Beisil says no, you don't have the physical intervention with the thing. You
say-
just have to identify which ones, and that's enough.
Okay.
So you see, Beis Hillel needs less for Ochel Nefesh than Beis Shammai. Right? Alma gav simchas yom Beis Shammai luchon Beis Hillel kula. Ureminu hashochi chayv ot biyontiv. Right? It says Beis Hillel. Shammai says you're permitted to slaughter. So you see when it comes to what? The Beis Hillel. Shammai is more mekel. Beis Hillel says it's only im shochat. Right?
Only if you say.
Amar Rabbi Yochanan Chlef Sashita. You have to invert the opinions. Alma Gavisim Bisham and the Chumbisilu Kulo and Minu Ashochait Bo Priomtiv. So what I say, Amar Rabbi Yochanan Chlef Sashita, like I said before, you invert the opinions, whichever way you invert them. Right? That they should be consistent.
Yeah, because our first Mishnah had this theme of this basically,
Yeah, but so you invert the other one.
Well, it would be easier to convert the first one,
Yeah.
because all the others, how many other ones do we have? It would be a tick undo all those.
Yeah. 1 second. So versus Lowy. No, you don't have to invert anything. Ad kav b'shami hechadika deka notes. The question is, what is the value of deka notes? Aval hechleka deka notes low, right? You have ofer tichuach, whatever you have. But if you didn't put that spade in there, Beisham agrees it's muktzah.
Right.
And muktzah, you're not permitted to take. Inami ad kav b'shil hoche elokev in the muktzah. Right? What is the issue? It's muktzah. Ba'omed va'omer zev zani not l'sage. You don't need more than that. Avalosam lo. But yeah, there that it's in the ground, right? Or it's mekalkum lochshen shigufo. You need more than that. You need the deca notes. Kevin did muktahu v'omed v'omer zev zani l'sage. Avalosam lo. Elikashu akashu. Shami omer may notless only lakativ l'boser. You can't take a chopping board, which you normally, what you chop on this board? You normally chop grain. It's called split wheat. You split wheat on it. Oh, could you take that chopping board and cut meat on it? You need it to cut meat for Yom Tov. Okay? Beishami omrim ein notless oli lakativ l'boser. You can't take the oli, the wooden board, to chop meat on it, to cut meat. Sil matirim. Alma gavi simchus Yom Tov. Beishami luchum beisilu kula. Right? Reminu. Shochai vo v'shami omra. Rabbi Yochanan Chlef Sashita. No. The ad kan lo kam b'shami hosam elech dika deka notes. Elech deka deka notes. Lo. Same idea. Inami. So by the oli, where it's muktzah because it's used for what? For cracking wheat. Since there was no overt action done, that's the reason why it's muktzah. Right? Inami adkan l'kum b'sil l'hocha elo dikatoris kliolov. Aval hosam lo. Let's see Rashi. Aval hechlek dekat notes. Bonami lo damya dilma mamlich v'shtakach de tiltlo bechdi. The mamlich botlo lazmon lafreya. I'll just that regard to the Shovach, the ladder, Beis Hillel is Mekil, Beis Shammai is Machmir. So he has the stira, right? Shemam lo yitol em ken naneim mebojo. Beis Hillel omer omid vomid zev hotel. Alma gavi simchus Shammai lo kula. Chayv opi yomtiv. So and Beis Hillel says that you're not permitted to slaughter, and Beis Shammai says you are permitted to slaughter. Am Rabbi Yochanan b'chlef shechit dilma lohi. Ad Beis Shammai osam dikadeka notes. Avo like a deck of notes low. Now what's that answer? What does the deck of notes do? Deck of notes makes it that it's not muktzah.
Right. You prepare the thing and it's not muktzah.
So what is Beis Hillel machmir? No, I understand that. But what about Simchas Yom Tov? Everybody agrees it's makalkel. Right? Everybody agrees it's makalkel. Right? See, you're getting back to Simchas Yom Tov. Right? The Gemara is trying to differentiate. This has nothing with Simchas Yom Tov. Beis Shammai, it's not because he's making Simchas Yom Tov. He holds deck of notes. Once you have a deck of notes, that's called you've prepared the dirt. You've prepared. That's called preparation of the dirt. Right? It's makalkel mloch shein tzricha l'gufa.
Right.
Mloch shein tzricha l'gufa makalkel, that would be permitted.
Good.
Even Beis Hillel agrees it's permitted. Where do you see Beis Hillel holds it's permitted? Because in shochat, you see it's permitted.
Right.
If post facto he's slaughtered, do we allow him with the deck of notes take it out?
Yes.
We allow him. What do we allow him? So evidently it's not muktzah, and makalkel or mloch shein tzricha is not the issue.
No, it's prepared.
So what does Beis Hillel, what does Beis Shammai hold? Even lechatchilu we allowed you.
Right.
So that's sufficient. Has nothing to do with Simchas Yom Tov. Right? That you see Beis Hillel holds post facto, you could do it for the mitzvah of Kisei Adam, which is not Simchas Yom Tov, right? If you slaughtered already. Beis Hillel says if you have the spade in the dirt, you could take it out.
Right.
You could eat the bird, you could eat the meat. So it's not Simchas Yom Tov.
Good.
So Beis Shammai holds it's the same thing. Even though since there's a mitzvah of what? Of Kisei Adam, you could slaughter. That's enough. Has nothing to do with Simchas Yom Tov. For the same reason why you could do it later, that's why you could do it lechatchila. Post facto, why could you do it to do the mitzvah Kisei Adam? That's sufficient for Kisei Adam. Kisei Adam is the overriding factor. They're not arguing Simchas Yom Tov. Yeah. No, this is what the Gemara wants to be mechalik here. And that's what the Gemara held in the question. You see, Beis Shammai, Rabbi Yochanan is Muchalef Sashita. He holds. I tell you what Toza said before. The wrong Simchas Yom Tov. On that question, maybe not. Simchas Yom Tov, everybody agrees. Simchas Yom Tov is an overriding factor. Mm-hmm. Everybody agrees to that. And that you see Beis Hillel is more mekel. Because by the birds, he doesn't even have to do a physical action to undo it.
Just think about it.
Just to verbalize it. Just verbalize it. Over there, Beis Hillel is more machmir. The question is, it's only once you're confronted with the mitzvah, or no, even though you're going to bring it about, that's also okay. That's the machlokas. Inami adkan lo kom Beis Hillel hoche elokeim de muktzah. What's the muktzah? But only it's sagi. It's not Simchas Yom Tov. The question: how much do you need to make it that it shouldn't be muktzah? Beis Hillel says, identifying verbally, that's enough. That's enough to undo it from the muktzah state to from the muktzah to the non-muktzah, right? But what for Beis Shammai says no. You need an action, but it's not a machlok Simchas Yom Tov. It's how do you undo something? It's like the Gemara says in Shabbos: if you have stones, and now you want to sit on them on Yom Tov, on Shabbos. Stones are muktzah machmus gufo. Right. Let's say you just stack them. Is stacking enough to make them, because it's the same as you stack, is that enough to identify them that they're no longer the ordinary stones? Or you need something more than that? You have to actually wash them. It's a machlokas, it's a shal in the Gemara. So you see, how much do you need to take something from a muktzah state? It should not be muktzah. Right? This is brecha rishona. This is the first litter of birds. Usually when you have a second litter, you want it to come from the first litter.
Right.
So how much do you need to undo to change that designation? Verbal, or you have to actually take the bird in your hands and say, this bird I'm going to slaughter. Okay. That's the Machal B'Shem. It has nothing to do with Simchas Yom Tov. Mm-hmm. It's how much you have to do to undo it. I'll give you an example. There's halacha by vest. If you have a day on the calendar, a woman menstruated one day.
Right.
Next time she passes the day, what happens? The day's gone, right? But let's say she menstruated 3 times on that day.
Is that-
So it's a chazaka. You pass it once, it's still on that day.
Right.
You have to pass it 3 times to undo it.
Mhm.
Because chazaka establishes, same thing. Berecha Rishon, it's something which is so strong, therefore you need something so overt to undo it.
Good.
Beis Shammai says you need a physical action. Yisrael says no. Say, mizez is aninota l'mocha, that's enough.
So that's the shaking, that's why he asked you.
That's what Beis Hillel holds, you have to shake
Right,
it.
okay.
Beis Shammai.
Simple question. Is it has to be before Yom Kippur? Or can it be
Before,
after?
before,
So
before,
all
every before.
So
Once Yom begins muktzah, it's muktzah.
designated, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Eli kasha or kasha. This is machlokas.
And
Well,
the
go ahead.
spade that he puts in, the earth is all,
Every-
we assume is already ground at that
It's
point? or
it's
not
like
being-
beach sand. No, it's granulated.
So whenever it talks about the spade being in the earth, that means that it's
Granulated.
It's prepared to be.
Correct. Now, Mar says, if you want to ask a steer, this is the steer. Beishame omrim ein otlis oli l'katzil of boser. So Rashi says, what's oli? Daf ov v'kovit kosher bochitim l'tirgis tisni. Havim lachtelis, of course, that's kosesh. Right? It's kosesh. It's grinding. Chopping something finely. Right? Havim lachtelis, because savri vishamai, osel l'tatlo, afil tzor gufo, shetzor guf, hakli lemloch hamuteres v'yom. Yeah, this. You have to say it. It's a side issue. There's a machloks in Shabbos. We pass the halacha. Klishim lach b'liser is what? Howard. Howard give you it. Klishim lach hammer. So what's the hammer? Hammer. It's permitted for what context?
It's not permitted because you use it for nails, but it is permitted if you want to crack nuts.
When else is it permitted? What else? The 2 times. So makomo. So
You
makomo.
can take the- right, can
You need
take
its
the-
location, or you want to use it itself.
Right.
I mean, so what's the? We're saying the board is klishim lach b'liser. So what's the shaila? Basil Shammai says you're not permitted. Why not? It's no worse than the hammer cracking nuts. So he says, because Shammai's opinion is, afil tzorch gufo tzorch l'guf hakli l'mloch hamuteres b'yomtiv, it's osir.
Oh, if you haven't designated, then it's also
If it's used, if that is its function,
primary.
right? You can't use it. Okay, that's Beis Shammai. A nodal is a odal l'katzel of boser. Beisil matirin. Alma gab simchas yom Beis Shammai l'chumro. Beisil l'kula.
Right.
1 second. Even though you could say it has no shaykhs. Beisil holds always klishim lach list tzorch gufus mutter. Has nothing to do with simchas yom tiv.
Right,
You want a screwdriver to open up a door.
okay.
Or even though screwdrivers no one lebinyan, you want to open the door, you can't. It was the simchas yom tiv. They were arguing regarding muktzah. So what's even the consideration? Because Rashi says Beis Shammai has to hold klishim lach l'isur l'tzorch gufo is also. Is that a simchas yom tiv shayla?
No,
Even on Shabbos, the same story. You have the same machlokas.
right.
Amagab simchas yom Beis Shammai l'chum b'sil kol reminu ashorchi chai v'o Beis Shammai amr b'yochen muchleves shit. Mind dim ad kado komer Shammai hosem elhecha dika deka notes. Aval hecha leka deka notes low, but deka notes makes it shouldn't be muktzah, right? That's what we said earlier. It's not muktzah. And here, what's the issue? Here it's different. Here it's muktzah. Why is it muktzah? Because it's klishim lach b'li'isr. So what do we have to go back? No, it's not. The whole discussion doesn't even start. It has no shaykhs,
Mhm.
right? Inam yadkal k'meisil hoche elo dika toras kliolov. It's since klishim lach b'li'isr, it's l'tzor gufa is permitted. That's it's permitted. I mean, the shaykh what the havmin is. Avalosam lo, but over there not because it's makalkol lo shein tzrich gufa. Therefore, we don't permit it. Okay? The Havmin is a Tzorochin over here. As we're going on, they become more difficult what the original consideration was. Right? It has no shaykhs.
Right.
Because we started, Rashi said, what is Beis Shammai said? You can't use the Oli Katzlev Boser, because Klishim Lach Liis is also Tzor Gufo. That's it. So the word says, Beis Hillel holds, it's permitted. So it's not an argument in Simchas Yom Tov, it's an argument in when we deal with Muktzah, what's permitted, what's not permitted.
Mhm. Are we allowed to go back and compare the first Mishnahs with that?
Which first Mishnahs?
Where it's where Rabbi Shammai said there's no muktzah, and there's says there is muktzah.
Different muktzah. Different
So
muktzah.
we can't go
Different
back
muktzah.
to
That's a different muktzah. This is a klishim lach l'yisr. This was designated. It's like muktzah b'chasar and kiss.
Right, but it doesn't come on the muktzah. Doesn't come
Yeah,
on
but the
the-
different types of what? Beishamai doesn't hold the muktzah. Of course, Beishamai holds the muktzah.
Right, but he
Does
doesn't-
Beishamai hold you to pick up stones from the back your backyard?
No.
He says you can eat the egg.
Well, different.
So it's different. The different types of muktzah. Some yes, some not.
Right.
Okay.
So that's not the issue that we're supposed to entertain at this point.
Here we're talking about klishim lach l'yisr is also tzor gufo.
Okay. All right.
Okay.